jumper. This is... wait, no. Cardigan. It's a men's jumper I cut in half. Turtleneck top. Uniqlo. Trousers. Lidl. Third eye. Open. This is Lay of the Land, my general gardening vlog and catch-up time. I'm going to show you everything that's been happening in my garden. It is the 9th of April already. Where has the time gone? I'm ashamed of how little I have to show you. Let's get started. In the greenhouse, which is still being used for hay and straw storage, we've got a rack. It's here because it was out there when we had a couple of days and it was 22 degrees. So all my lovely seedlings were soaking up sunshine out there, and then the weather dropped, the temperature dropped. We went down to -2 at night, so I brought them all back in. You can see my lovely flowers going on here. I've got my calendula. These are nasturtiums. The echinacea, having been cold stratified, are all coming up. This was our mystery plant, the mystery bean. I think it might be a sycamore maybe. I'm not sure, it needs some water. Then down here, got my nigella, garlic chives, and all the other alliums I planted, which are coming along nicely. Up here we've got our peppers and our tomatoes. They've been kept extra safe under plastic lids like this to give them some extra heat. And these ones are the ones from the pepper from our organic fruit and veg box. These are chilies. We've got tomatoes over there. And my sunflowers are coming up, which is great. Over there is the marigolds. And as always, my strained, sad little pot of Italian giant parsley. This very bent trowel. Outside, the bulbs are coming up nicely, the ones that the squirrels didn't get. So we've got a tulip nearly ready to come out, and the pansies are flowering again. Yay! Here's a mulberry that I bought off eBay in case I ever wanted to get raising silkworms. They eat mulberry leaves, and you can see the leaves are starting to bud. Spring is on the way. Well, spring is kind of here already. Tulips, 4 of them. I don't know what this in the middle is. Maybe agapanthus? I can't remember what I planted apart from the tulips. And again, the lovely pansies, they survived the slug onslaught. And they're doing their best. Look at them. They've fought all the way through winter. They're here, they're loving spring as well. So I'm really glad they've survived. They were a bargain buy from a garden centre at the end of summer. This thing has come into leaf. I don't know what this shrub is. I need to cut off a bit more so this path is clear here. Oh, we've got the planes starting to go over a bit more nowadays. Even though there's a travel ban, who knows where they come from, but they sure as hell come over us. Here in the tree nursery again, we're seeing things budding into life. We've got our lovely horse chestnut here that I dug up from the end. I want to find a home for this next winter, well this winter, and get that planted out in the community. Look at this lovely little hazel. Have I got that labelled right? Yeah, I've got that labelled right. Hazel, and then I'm not sure what this one is, maybe a hornbeam or a wild cherry. Oh, there's 2 there tangled together. The ash hasn't quite budded yet. We've still got black buds there. And then this one, another hazel, also in leaf. These lettuces have done so well. These are from the Chiltern Organics overwintering lettuces that I did. I think they are labelled as winter lettuces, winter lettuce mix. So as you can see, you get quite a variety. You've got the Russo red varieties, as well as more like buttery lettuces, and I ate some yesterday. I had them instead of a bun on a vegan burger that I was eating, and they're pretty good. The Mizuna here, it's all still bolting, it's all still bolted, but I've let it go to flower. I've seen a few bumblebees buzzing around, and it's good to leave things to go to flower at the start of the year, because there's maybe not so much food around other than these little brassica flowers and the primroses. On days when it's a bit warmer, the guinea pigs are outside now. It's quite cold today, I'm going to bring them in a bit. One change out here on the patio, those pallets did have hay bales on them, old rotten hay bales, and that's now been used at the end of the garden for mulching. I'll show you that in a bit. God, the planes are really noisy now. Kind of annoying. There it goes. And then here is part of the guinea pig cage that's being washed at the moment. Just put that over there. And then here I've got my Poundland rosebush. This is going to give us white flowers in summer. Can't wait to see how that turns out. But I need to make sure that all my pots are getting hydrated, because we haven't been getting our normal spring rains. And then this bit here, you can see I'm trying to edge this border a bit better. I'm going to go along and continue this. But these clumps of grass have been put to good use. I'll show you where soon. And we have signs of life in the border. Things starting to come up, flourish a bit more. I've got celandines, that classic spring flower. My strawberries are growing some new leaves. On my strawberry tower there's a new leaf coming through. Here's some new leaves. This could probably do with the water as well, it's very dry. And the plum tree that we planted, there's buds there, it's gonna go soon. The rosemary's been flowering for a few weeks as well. I love rosemary flowers. That beautiful periwinkle blue. On the side of the path, the camellia's been giving us its best show. Flowers everywhere. I love them. Just so beautiful, you can kind of just disappear in amongst them. Let yourself be taken away to camellia land. Camellia is actually the same family as tea. Tea plants are a type of camellia. I'll post some Latin names up on the screen because I can't remember them off the top of my head. But this is obviously a decorative flowering camellia. This one makes sort of reddy pink flowers. I quite like the ones that do lighter pink flowers and the white ones as well. But I think this is more of a classic camellia. And I've finally put the azalea into the ground. I couldn't really decide where to put it, so I've just put it alongside the camellia. So some Japanese influence in this section. In our beds, we've got the chives are doing quite well. And here, this is my parsnip zone. Here's one of them, the ones that I grew in the Tupperware and then planted out using my friend's technique. But unfortunately, the squirrels keep digging at them. I don't know how to stop them, short of netting the whole bed like I did on the garlic there. The rocket is bolting. I've got flowers going again. I'm going to leave it for the bees and just let it go to seed. Have some seed to collect. I can always replant it. Up there, that's our neighbour's wild cherry, which I think is actually going to come down. You can't really see it against these ominous storm clouds, but the tree is flowering. The hay bales, there's not been much change, to be honest. These are the cauliflowers that I planted out. They're doing quite well. I think they're under attack a little bit from birds. And again over here, the kale. Some of the kale survived, some hasn't. I don't know what it is about this exact moment in time, but every twat on a motorbike seems to be out at once. I don't know if you can pick it up, but it's all I can hear is vroom vroom vroom. This fairy ring here is all lemon balm, and I actually hate lemon balm. It's my least favourite herb. I think it's disgusting. It tastes like musty old lemons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in here with a garden fork. This is far too much space given in our garden to lemon balm. So I'm going to get in here with a garden fork. I'm going to dig it up and put at least half of it into pots and give it away or sell it. More beautiful flowering rosemary. The rhubarb, which as you may have seen from my other videos, I've already been harvesting. And our lovely bluebells. A little bit of work's been done on the path. It still hasn't been finished. God, you can see how dry the ground is. But I brought it all the way from here to where it is. I did like another few meters, so that's coming along. And here's something strange. My dad took the bath out. This bath has been in the garden since we've lived here, maybe 24 years. And he left it out. So now we have a hole. Don't know what to do with it. Maybe this is where we put the pond instead of putting it up there. More bluebells over here in the Bluebell Wood area. And I also planted some wild garlic. You might have seen videos. I planted some wild garlic from bulbs and plants I got off eBay. So they are hopefully going to take. But it has been very, very dry, so I'm not sure they will. Wow, the weather today has changed a lot since last time. Hello girls! How's it going? Are you warm enough? Lovely with that daffodil. So I have finally started working on the land between my hugelkultur, and yeah, laid down paper, laid down straw. I just felt a drop of rain, which is fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted to happen today. And yeah, we've got our mulch layers, we've got our compost. This compost is immature compost. It's only about 6 months old. It's not very good, so I was hoping for lots of rain to help rot things along. And as you can see, our fruit bushes are starting to bud. All of them now are starting to bud. So I've got, this is my red gooseberry. Got a gooseberry over there. The bulbs are all coming along. This is so exciting. We're about to have a riot of colour with tulips all along here. And I'm just really excited about this area and what I can achieve here. This is where I'm going to have my pumpkins, I'm going to have my sweet corn, I'm going to do tomatoes up against this fence which gets loads of sun, maybe some French beans as well. Oh, just stop and show you my raspberry leaves on, these are the summer fruiting raspberries. This is the autumn fruiting raspberries. At the moment I've got a tiny bud here, and then I've got some foliage from the one that broke and fell over. These are my Poundland black currants coming through with fresh foliage. Then here we have had a disaster. The squirrels dug up the asparagus crowns. So I don't know if we actually have any asparagus crowns anymore. The mound is gone. It's disappeared. I'm not about to go rooting around further in it. But annoyingly, I have lettuces that I planted down here, which have also been buried by the destruction that the squirrels have caused. One success though, all these bits that you see that sort of look like blades of grass, well actually those two are blades of grass, but that one is an onion. This one is an onion. These are onions that I've been growing from sets. So this is my onion patch. There's one down here. That's the grass. That's an onion. Then just on the end here, I had a couple of cauliflower going. They were looking very sad in their pots. So I've popped them in on the end here because cauliflower take quite a long time to mature and bloom as cauliflower. Some change to the hole. I've been digging up tussocks of grass in the other vegetable plot and on the edge of the borders and just bringing them down here. Hopefully when it rains all of this is going to get watered in and it will just give a kickstart to grassing up this area. I really want to move the chickens from this patch of land. They've been on this patch of land for a while, so I want to be able to move them over to this patch of land where the hole was. But before I can do that, I need to establish more greenery here for them to eat. If I was to bring them over now, all that would happen is that they would instantly dig up all of this grass that I've started laying down and nothing else would grow. So I need to wait a bit. You've got to be patient, girls. Lastly, down here, these tulips have been the highlight of March and April. They started blooming about 2 weeks ago. This fantastic red-pink shade, like a lipstick colour, and they've just been blooming on and on and on. My mum can just about see them from her office window. We can see them from the kitchen table, and they've just brought us so much joy seeing these tulips. So that's something to think about when you plan a garden. Have a highlight right at the end so you have something that draws your eye and helps you love your garden from your house. So that's it for this time on Lay of the Land. I was hoping to have loads of seedlings and things to show you, but unfortunately the weather's just been so up and down. Heat wave, frost wave. What can you do? It's England and it's spring. I'm really happy with what's happened so far. I'm going to keep it up. I hope you keep watching and I'll keep sharing this space with you. Thanks for tuning in.